and so did Jari Kuosma. A Finnish by birth, Jari did not settle for the easiest.
Yeah, being free has always been theme of my life, which means to be very, very independent. I've been extremely independent all my life.
Jari started flying when he was in his early 20s, and in all these flying years, almost 25 years, he has completed more than 5,000 jumps from different heights of the world. From the Malaysian jungles to the mountains of Norway, a free fall from 8,000 feet to some beautiful phases at Mount Fuji. Jari has experienced all, and he has shared all his experiences with Sportsavour far away from Sweden.
Maybe the most memorable would be my first base jump with the wingsuit, and that was in Italy, in Arco in 90, and that was because it was really the first the base wingsuit jump for me. It was with a prototype wingsuit that had not been tested too much. And this is the one special cliff in Italy. It's about 600 meters vertical drop. And if you jump without the wingsuit, normally people make just a, let's say, 10-second free fall or something like that. You jump out and you fly just a little bit and you open the parachute. But now with this wingsuit, I was able to fly 27 seconds. And of course, it was eventful too, because we have designed it for the wingsuit that I had Velcro here, and instead of the zipper. And of course, the Velcro started to open during the flight, and that could have ended up in a disaster. But you know, these are the kind of mistakes you must be willing to take and survive, and then you learn and you make something better.
You said that man can fly, as you have said now. So what it looks from the top when you fly higher?
It's really amazing environment to be in the air, because you truly are in the kind of three-dimensional situation, and there's lots of things are happening. Actually, it's almost like a 4D, because there's a nature as well. So you are like in the river. If you imagine that there's a river and you are swimming there, you can swim in the river, but when the river is taking you down and moving, you are actually moving with the river at the same time when you are swimming there. So that's exactly the same thing in the air, except everything is happening much faster, and you have clouds there and everything, and then you need to navigate yourself to go somewhere so that you can land safely with a parachute. So it's really incredible environment, and anything can change there at any time, because the wind can change, the clouds can just appear suddenly. There can be incredible gusts of wind, and visibility changes and everything. So it's the most beautiful and the most hostile environment I know at the same time.
Perhaps this paradoxical environment was Jari's destiny from his early age. He was in an isolated family, living a lonely childhood, yet he enjoyed freedom and nature.
We had a summer cottage place by the lake in the middle of Finland, where we have bears and wolves and bobcats and it's a real like wilderness there, and it was a wonderful place to go for the summers and to reconnect with your animal side, you know, and the natural side of things, and then for the winter time again, you know, come back to the city and then live the city life and the schooling and all that, the kind of normal thing.
This growing up molded Jari's mind, and a strong desire to do something out of this world constantly resonated in his heart.
I had seen some skydiving action at the airport where my father was flying, because he was a private pilot. And apparently I had been dreaming about being a skydiver in my life, where I have my writings for school about essays, you know, about whatever. So when I was 10 years old, I wrote an essay. In fact, on my essay, I'm trapped on the mountain. So I built wings for myself on the essay, and then I jump from the mountain, and I fly down semi-safely. I crash just a little bit, but I'm okay, and then I continue my life.
When you started skydiving, so what were the first steps you took?
From the first the skydiving course, the basic skydiving course, what I took, I got the license within 3 months about, and then I started training. So for me it was try to get better. So I needed to get jumps and I needed to get challenges. So I tried to train myself in every way that I could. Then I went to America for the winter, and I was training there, and there I met a lot more experienced jumpers who were teaching me about this and that. So I did that for the few years, tried to get better, but of course it was difficult times because that was early 90s. I started in 91 jumping, and in Finland there had been a huge recession. But anyway, you train one by one. So it took me a few years to get to almost 500 jumps. But then when you have 500 jumps, you can apply for a course to become international skydiving instructor. So I applied, and they accepted me. And I
Ready, set, fly, jump out, and spread.
And be symmetrical. Because if you leave the other wing out and you have the other wing in, what happens? You will fly and turn. You know, when we apply like this, you open your parachute, I will fly into your parachute. I don't want to do that.
A person with extreme passion always wants to explore more. And what was a better idea for Jari to set up his own company, the Birdman?
I'm the owner and founder of Birdman Ltd, which is the creator of the first commercial wingsuit. 1999, just when I was about to start the wingsuit company, I was telling about the idea to my friends, more experienced friends. I remember they were laughing at my face.
Birdman was the first company ever to start producing, designing, and selling and making wingsuits for skydivers. And wingsuits was and is a clothing overall for us skydivers that gives us wings between our arms and our legs, and forms a wing around the skydiver so that we can glide through vast distances in the air. Instead of just falling down 200 kilometers an hour, now we can fly with the glide ratios today, they are about 5:1. They have been wingsuits over the century, but they were so unreliable that the vast majority of the people who tried them died. It was even banned and illegal in some countries, like in Finland too, it was illegal. So I for example, when I was test jumping them in Finland, I did that illegally. But then later, when I demonstrated that they work and I had my system, they made it legal then.
But at a certain point, Jari understood that doing business with his passion was not his cup of tea. So he left Birdman and started spending more time with himself.
The whole business life was extremely stressful. Then I just decided to concentrate on myself. And then when I stopped the company, I had a chance to really study. I moved to Thailand for 3 years. I lived on the beach and was there. Then I moved to Sweden and I made a series of watches. In the meantime, I got interested what the time is.
From mysticism to spirituality, from geography, geometry, physics, chemistry, alchemy, Jari has varied interests, and this makes him a true trendsetter.
I think I enjoyed most Finnish culture because that's what I'm used to. But I haven't lived there in 20 years. We are a small nation, only 5 million, in the country, but they are Finno-Ugric speaking people, the maybe 40 million around the world, a lot of them in Russia and so on. And Finnish people live up north. We are very few, so we have lots of space. I would say that we are a little bit autistic type of people in the way that we are introverts and we like to keep the distance and so on. The Finnish people, we have 4 seasons, really strong seasons. So winter time it's really severe. It's very dark time. When you go to Lapland, you have 2 months straight up blackness. So there is no sun at all for 2 months. And even in the southern part of Finland, there's only 3 hours of light and then it's dark. So it's really dark time and you stay inside and you can do your things. And then when the summer comes, through spring, then it's completely opposite, over 30 degrees warm and it's beautiful and the lakes and everything. So it's a country of lots of contrast and opposite because of the 4 seasons. So in 1 year, from complete darkness and cold to incredible lightness and warmth.
Contradictions, conflicts, free will, independence, those are there in his life. But what defines Jari? In fact, what will stay with him forever is his skydiving.
So it would be great to be able to make some of the new flying devices for the people, for the market, and use some of the old technology that has almost disappeared, and then of course to use new technology that is coming up. So I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be, and I hope that whatever I do, and if there are some future generations that look what I have ever done, I hope that they look at that in the positive and inspirational way and take the good points about that, and that kind of example will take people forward rather than backward.